Hi, this is Ray Edwards from LearnCopy.com, and in this short video, I want to illustrate to you a very powerful but simple strategy or technique that can be used in your marketing messages. And because Gary Halbert has been well known to use this particular strategy, but it is used by other marketers as well too, I'm going to be using the Gary Halbert newsletter available online in order to illustrate this particular principle. Okay, so here we have the copy of the Gary Halbert newsletter, and right away we go here and we read. It says, "Dear friend and subscriber, in this issue I'm going to reveal the detail of, notice here, the most powerful and little known money-making secret I've ever learned in my entire marketing career. And so you need to pay careful attention to every word in this newsletter. The information I'm about to give you has already made a few people very rich, and it can do the same for you. Same for you as well." Okay, so what I'm going to do is that we're going to go to another of his newsletter and see if we find something that is common. Okay, here is another newsletter. Okay, another newsletter, and it says how to make 100% certain that you make an enormous amount of serious money in 2005. And it says, "Dear friend and subscriber, are you already rich? If not, you need to be 100% certain that you make an enormous amount of money in the year 2005, which of course is right around the corner. Here's why. We are now living in the most uncertain time in history, in the entire history of our country. By this time next year, there may be peace and democracy in Iraq, or it could be such an awful mess. It is draining our country several $100 billion per month." Okay, so again, we see the same thing as well here. And by the third instance, we are going to point out directly what that secret is. Now here is a third letter from his newsletter. And it says, "Dear friend and subscriber, I just came back from attending John Reed's seminar on internet marketing, and it was hands down the best and most informative seminar that I've ever attended. Actually, it was almost too much. He packed so much useful info into internet marketing into 3 days. It has set every attendee's mind literally on fire. In fact, my mind was so fired up I've been suffering temporary brain meltdown." Okay, so by this time, the third time around, you can see, I'm sure you can see right away what the secret is. Notice that whatever he's talking about, whatever he's addressing, whatever the topic is at hand, it is the most informative seminar, the most important letter, the most important time in history, the greatest. In other words, he's using a superlative. Okay? Now, of course, everything cannot be the greatest, so it's just a matter of speaking. But he's trying to pull the reader into the copy, and by indicating to them that the message that he's about to give to them is the most important message that they have ever read. Okay? And so this is a very common technique that he would use, especially in the start of his letter. Normally he would say, if you would like to lose weight, then this is going to be the most important message you ever read. Okay, so whatever the problem is, he's basically telling you that the solution is the most important solution that you'll ever see. Okay, now let's look at another example. Okay, here we have his famous water ad, and you can look at another video on my YouTube channel that goes into the analysis for this ad in actual detail. But notice here how he starts. If you'd like to know how someone can start with a simple idea and then generate over $51 million in sales in just 1 year, then this is going to be the most interesting message that you'll ever read. And then he goes on to say, however, why. And here's why. Now, so right away you can see what this particular strategy is. It's a simple technique, but it is very important. If you're sending an email, let the client know this is the most important email that they ever read. Otherwise, why should they bother to pay attention? You're sending a message, this is the most important message that they've ever read. Of course, tomorrow when you send another message, that message is also the most important one, of course, up to that point. Okay? So it is a very effective strategy, one in which, you know, you can really get attention. And I've seen many marketers use this particular strategy. I've seen, for example, Frank Kern, almost every email that he sends out, you know, he says, he's going to send a video. He sends out the video and he says, you know, this is the most powerful secret that I've ever shared with my list. This is the most powerful strategy that anyone can use. So over and over again, he uses, you know, that, you know, superlative. And it's just a means of getting attention to let the person know that this is something very important. Okay? So short video, a simple strategy, but at the same time, very powerful.